Hey,
What's
everybody.
up? Good morning, dude.
How are you?
I'm all right. I'm awake today, so that's
Yeah,
exciting.
you're awake?
Yeah, normally I just sleep do these shows and
Revelation. He's awake.
I don't have I don't have any coffee by me and I don't know where my water is, so we're gonna try to get through this without me getting frustrated, but hey,
So
here I
about
am.
halfway through the show, if you see Brandon just kind of, off the side of the chair, you'll know why.
I need a cardboard cutout so I can just leave and you guys can just stare, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm not gonna tell you guys what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do something one day. Anyway.
Uh-oh. It's gonna save it for drop it on us.
No, I was actually, I got up early. I was on the computer. I went for a run. I was on the computer and I just started, responding to stupid emails and scheduling crap and which was fine. And then every now and then you get those like alerts on your phone or random, like news things. Usually it's like something connected to something I don't care about. And
Right.
this didn't really, I didn't really care about it, but I was like, I clicked on the article because I was interested. And it was about dating in 2023, 2024. It was like dating in the like, I was like, what? I was like, here we go. This is gonna be some new app or something stupid, right? And it was an interesting article, actually. They recently did a poll. They've collected all this data. And do you know that in 30% of adults, 18 and up, that's what they're considering adults. I know we know 18-year-olds and we question that. But 18 and up are not married, not living with a partner, and not committed to a relationship. 30% of the United States, people in the United States,
30%.
men and women. And more than half of adults, 18 and up, say that it's harder to date now than it was 5 years ago to date and be involved, whether that's physically. And they were saying that there's more physical risks. I don't know if there's more. I just think people
Okay.
finally
More
realize
financial.
also technology has played a role. There's too much technology out there. People can, and it was really, I dived into the article. It just happened to catch me. And it's really interesting because I think 30% is kind of a big number, right? When you think
Well,
about the entire country, 18 and up.
but I think that over the last few generations, we've seen that most relationships end up in divorce or falling apart
Oh, for
anyway.
sure, of course.
So a lot of people are saying, "Hey, look, why not just enjoy the fun part of it without the commitment?"
Well, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that people should have fun in a relationship and in life, whether that be like, you meet somebody and you guys are just hanging out, playing, maybe you're doing a little something, something. It's nothing serious, and maybe you guys just bounce. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with finding out who you like, who you are. And I don't think that every single person out there has to find somebody to marry. I don't think so.
I
But
think the idea of monogamy is not as appealing as it used to be. Somebody says, I'd rather just play the field. If I want to go a few weeks without going on a date, fine. But if I want to date, one person on Friday night and somebody else on Saturday night and go out with somebody else on Sunday, that's fine. You
well, so
know,
I'm glad you brought that up because then they interviewed women 18 and up and men 18 and up. And this was kind of astonishing numbers too. When asked about multiple, I forgot how they worded it, dating multiple people and dating. We're using the old school. I don't even think anybody says dating anymore, but
right.
dating in that term, do they feel like you can date multiple people, or do they feel like when you're dating somebody, you should, be to that one person, and then if it doesn't work out, then you could find.
Move
And do you
on.
know that 39% of women said yes, they believe that if you are dating, and this is 18 and up, you should be, if you are seeing somebody for a little bit and figuring things out, you should be committed to them and not date somebody else. So not do the Friday, Saturday girl thing. 45% of men said that.
The same thing.
Same thing.
So they would rather just milk a relationship until it either flourishes or falls apart.
So that tells me then that there's a connection issue, right? that maybe people aren't necessarily looking for love or relationships as much as they're just looking for some sort of connection, where technology comes into play. And yeah, it's given us this whole new world to connect, but are we really connected? I don't know. It was a really interesting article, though.
And listen, when you're sitting in front of a computer and basically it's kind of like a surrogate date, it's not costing you anything.
It's
So
true.
you know you could sit for the evening and I got my food in front of me and she's got her food in front of her and we sit and we talk and we eat and have a good time and then say, okay, I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Well, that's what all these apps are. I mean, like all these dating apps. I mean, there's hookup apps, dating apps, and I've talked to a lot of people much younger than me that use some of these apps. But I've only know like two people, and I don't know a lot of people anymore because I don't like people. But I only know two people that have actually connected on a dating app where it's actually gone beyond a few dates, a drinks, some fun encounters in the bed to a serious relationship. I only know two. Everybody else I talked to is like, yeah, well, went on a date through this app, went on a date through this app, and whatever. So are they just bored or like, I'm a unique individual, so I don't want to think about what I feel on apps and connection, but it seems to me that we're just putting people in a shopping cart like on Amazon, and then if it doesn't work, we send it back.
That's right. And also I have always questioned how true people are when they get on their dating apps. They're always going to
Sure.
build themselves up to be a little bit more than what they are.
Yeah. I've
Uh,
talked to some people like over the years, about you just get in conversations, you talk about relationships, or maybe they just got out of a relationship, maybe they got divorced, and I'm talking, and it's really interesting to me how several of them say the same thing, like, I'm just kind of exhausted and I don't want to do it. Not whether that means, I'm not saying it means forever. I'm just saying, and I think it's okay to take time after you've been out of a relationship to chill out. But there's some people I know, besides myself, that, man, they're like younger than me that are taking some significant time to find themselves or whatever you want to say, like just take a break. And their
yeah.
terminology is, I'm exhausted. I don't want to deal with it. And I'm like, wow.
I'm kind of curious on some of those statistics too about the people that are using the dating apps. How many of them are in a first time relationship, or how many of them are on like a rebound, or the divorced, or
Yeah.
in other words,
I feel
they're carrying a little baggage.
I feel the dating apps, in my opinion, are mostly with people that
I got
out
it
of a
wrong the first
marriage.
time, and now I'm going to try something else.
Yeah, out of a marriage, out of a serious relationship, don't feel like investing the opportunities or chances to go out in public, busy, um, tech driven, all those things. And we live in a tech world, so I think the younger you get, the obvious answer is, well, that's just what you do to meet people, and which is not true, but like that goes back to the connection and communication thing. I'm
Yeah.
not putting it down. I'm not putting them down. I don't get it. I don't
No,
feel like I have to. I mean, pretty soon you're gonna have a dating app that has a brick and mortar store, and you're just gonna pull up to curbside, and they're gonna put your date in the car after you check in.
that's a
There it
cool
is.
idea.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a name for that. It's called prostitution. Okay.
Yes.
Just
Right.
saying, like
Right. Yes. Looking for a short-term relationship.
short term, good time. Yeah, it's called a
Right.
hooker.
Either your car or mine.
Right. I mean, Jesus. But yeah, it's interesting to me. I thought it was interesting percentage too. And
Yeah, that is 30%, and
30%.
but that 40% and 45% of the people that said that they just want to really kind of date one person at a time rather than play in the field.
And so you're looking at that, and people could be like, "Oh, that's older people." No, these are 18-year-olds in there too. Like it breaks it down. So you have an 18-year-old who's young, getting out there in their life. They're at the start of their journey through adulthood and craziness, and they're saying, "Yeah, if I'm dating somebody, I'm dating them. I'm not bouncing." Now, either all these people are lying, which I don't believe it, or that could almost, I mean, 45% is almost half, right?
Yeah.
Well, 50% of marriages end in divorce. So there's the half of the people that want to stay. You know what I'm saying?
And you're also talking in that age category, that 18 to 22 or 20, you're talking about college campuses all across the country. And
Yeah, you should be partying, dude.
that's when you're usually going out every weekend with
Yes.
somebody else. You're playing the field, and then you try and fall into a serious relationship.
Yeah, after school, or maybe you meet the person there, or
Right.
you get your job in your place and now you have this other connection, you move to a city. But college, you just got a punch card and you just go out and punch every fifth date you get one for free. I'm just saying.
Or buy one get one free.
Yeah, sometimes there's twins. I mean, I don't know. I dated twins before, not at the same time, but I hope they don't watch this show. God bless it. Because they're both on my Facebook. And but they were very cool. We were young, and I wasn't the best person. I dated one for a while and then we broke up. And very shortly after that, somehow I started dating the other one. Very significant differences other than looks, and some nuances in looks, attitudes. And then I ended up, we broke up too. I think I dumped her. She dumped me. She might have dumped me. There goes my face. She might have dumped me, which is probably appropriate. I probably deserved it. But then I think I went back and I kind of tried again with anyway. Don't do that, guys. Don't do that.
Don't.
They're super awesome. I will say this: super awesome girls. I mean, they're still on my social media now, so that should tell you something. They don't hate me too bad. They are both married with amazing people and have amazing families. So awesome. But it was funny back then.
Well, that's how it starts.
Yeah, I told you, I'm Buc-ee's. I'm the stop before the destination. I am the landing point for all women to come have a good time, and then they go find the guy they're going to spend the rest of their life with.
Right.
I am the Buc-ee's of dating world.
You're the primer.
That's it.
Yeah.
They're like, you know what? That was really fun. I'm not going to do that forever. I got to go.
Right. Yeah. Go out with Brandon and then really learn what to avoid.
Yeah, this is great time for like a weekend, but I cannot do this.
I never dated twins. I did date sisters at one time. And that didn't go well.
No, I tried the sister thing, and there were three of them, and I was trying to
three sisters
check mark. One was older, like a year older than me. One was my age. One was a year younger. I was trying to check mark. It did not happen. So. And it doesn't matter, but they're horrible people anyway. They are not on my Facebook, so they're horrible people.
Sister Act is a good movie, but not practical in the dating scene.
Yeah. I mean, it makes for some other movies maybe, but I'm just gonna. But yeah, so I thought that was interesting though. I think it's I think there's a lot more. Maybe I'll post the link to the article if I can pull it back up again. But it was very interesting, and it broke down into a lot of different demographics and things like that. So
it'd be interesting if there's people out there that have been part of this demographic and everything to give us their viewpoint about especially the part about the avoiding the commitment.
Sure.
Just enjoying life for the sake of dating and enjoying somebody, whether you go with them for 6 months or for a year or 5 years, and then you say, we're better off just going our separate ways.
God, if you do 5 years and you figure that out, there's something there. I'm sorry. Like,
I've got relatives. I've got a cousin that they lived together for 30 years before they got married.
Well, no, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying though, if you sit there and you're with somebody for 5 years and then you're like, yeah, we're just going to go our separate ways. We're better off than friends. Y'all couldn't figure that out like 4 years ago. You just wasted 5 years of your life.
Well, no, because they enjoyed the comfort level.
Okay.
I
don't know. Not me, man. I don't want to waste any more time. Could you imagine if I start dating somebody now? 5 years. I'm 50. What the hell am I doing? Like, I don't want to waste my time.
Yeah. So what you just say, well, Hey, listen, we've been going together for 6 months. Bye.
You're either staying, here's the thing, you're gonna stay or you're out the next morning.
You,
There is no middle.
you either swim into the deep end or you get
Look,
out of the pool.
we're gonna hang out and have a good time for a little bit, and I mean a little bit. I'm gonna be very upfront with you and tell you, like, hey, I'm not there, or maybe I am, and we're gonna, or you just stay or dip out. There's like I don't want to waste time, you know. And I think as you get older and even younger, apparently, you got so much going on. Look, they got school, they got their jobs, their careers, their friends, their activities. When you're older, those stuff don't go away. You got your school. Well, some people got school. Some people got their job, their kids, their training, their friends, their alone time, their hobbies, their gym. I don't want to waste my time, you know? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, hey, folks, Lauren and I, as of this year, 50 years we've been
Good
married.
Lord.
You
I mean,
know,
that's amazing. Like, I'm in, like,
it's
that's my
amazing, but
belief.
it's something that would never, ever fall on Brandon's radar.
No, I'll be 95. Well, you know,
And just the thought of being with the same person for 50 years.
right. I mean, you know, look, no, oddly enough, I mean, my days of any play in the field are long dead and over. I don't want to do that. That's obnoxious. I mean, I think that's probably part of the biggest thing for somebody over the age of 30, maybe, is having to start over again. I'm not saying you're old and you've got plenty
Yeah,
of life left to
right.
do that, but nobody wants to go out there and try to play the field, man, unless you can't grow up, you know?
Yeah. Well, and it's also a different playing field,
Oh my God, yes.
you know?
Like I feel like I could get caught up to speed, but I don't want to.
Yeah. So you'll be one of that 39% that just
Yeah.
is out there.
I'm just here floating.
But folks, if you want ladies, reach out
Yeah,
reach out to Brandon. I mean,
please don't.
he's out there. He's available
I'm out there.
for
That's for
long
sure.
term or short term.
Quick Bucky stop, some brisket, and call it a day.
Right.
Gotta get out of here.
All right. We'll catch up with you next week. Make it a good one. Bye.